Sheer Magnolia Salon and Beauty Bar offers you normal services but more. We offer haircuts for men, women, and children. Aaron and Kale are the two stylists. They don't have specific hours.
Classics Lounge in downtown Beersford is your destination for fun with darts, pool, and to catch all the action no matter what game it is. The colder season is here. Keep your perfect golf swing by using the indoor golf simulator. From the gridiron to the court, Classics is your spot to catch all activities of Watchdogs Live. Ready to cool off with a cold one? Classics Lounge is always ready to serve them up with a bite to eat too. That's Classics Lounge in downtown Beersford.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs, there's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E, we. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Even empty backfield, out of the gun, setting in the pocket, firing for the end zone. Williams, touchdown! What a throw and what a catch!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. Are you looking for a professional house painter in the surrounding area? Big or small, new or old, Albers Painting specializes in restoring the true beauty of your home or business. Albers Painting is your professional commercial painter in Lenox in southeastern South Dakota. They are locally owned and operated, focusing on providing quality painting and top-notch customer service. For your next project, contact Albers Painting for a free estimate for your home or business.
It's known as a hidden gem, one of the best 9-hole golf courses in South Dakota. The Bridges at Beersford Golf Course is top-notch, but with the golf season coming to an end, the Bridges still has plenty going on. Their event center can accommodate weddings, anniversaries, bridal showers, baby showers, or meetings. Save their phone number, check out their website, and be sure to sign up for their monthly e-newsletters to stay up to date on specials and events at the Bridges at Beersford.
Everyone at Total Stop are big sports fans. And they want to wish the very best to the participating teams and their loyal fans. Don't forget to stop at your local Total Stop for your gas and grocery needs. Plus, get Total Stop rewards by downloading the app. To get more information, go to TotalStopFoodStore.com.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Beersford Telephone is your full-service local telephone company, providing telephone service, sales, high-speed fiber optic internet packages, and professional surveillance systems for both commercial and residential customers. Beersford Telephone also offers the only in-town gig-certified internet provider, which offers the highest speed services. Wanting to upgrade your existing service? Contact Beersford Telephone today and let them get started on your high-speed services in no time.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Ag Service Partners is your trusted company for Pioneer seed, chemicals, and crop insurance. Pioneer Seeds has developed and tested products to meet your challenges in the field. Ag Service Partners also has you covered when the white rain comes or anything else you may need with crop insurance. Tested and tried chemicals right here in the area to provide the best yield for your field. Write down the number and contact Ag Service Partners for the best farming season year in and year out.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
All right, fans, welcome to Beersford High School, Cortland Karn Stadium for this 11A football matchup between the Lakota Tech Tatanka and your home Beersford Watchdogs. On the call tonight, Jared Olson and Jeff Boom. Jeff, good to see you again.
Hey, it's great to be back last week of the year, and it should be an exciting time.
Yeah, the 9-man classes in 11B, this is their first round of playoffs tonight. And for 11A and the AA and AAAs, this is their last week of their regular season. So this is our 9th regular season game. It's our year with 5 home games. Beautiful evening here at Cortland Karn Stadium. The FFA squad is grilling burgers and hot dogs. We've got a great fan base here tonight. We're looking forward to this matchup between the Watchdogs and the Tatanka.
Yeah, it's this is one of those long distance games. Last year we had to go all the way out to the Montana border out there to go visit Lakota Tech, and this year we get to have them come over here. So, it's a way to finish your season. Of course, it's a long haul for one team, but it's a team that we don't know a whole lot about, and it's a team that we don't really get to see. So it kind of makes it an interesting and fun game.
They're working on starting lineups here, and we'll be going with anthems very shortly here. Jeff, we kind of come off of last week against Dakota Valley. Wind was blowing, it was raining. I saw you up in the stands. I hung in there till halftime, and I was cold and wet, and I bagged out. But Dogs looking to rebound here again. Just a gorgeous evening here at Beersford High.
Well, it's hitting weather, as I like to call it. By the end of the game, getting the second half, it's really kind of, for most people, I think that have played the game and that are like me, when you get into that 50, 55 degree weather, slight breeze, you kind of can't beat it. It's just it's football weather. You're not hot inside of your pads, very comfortable, and it's just a great night for football. And yeah, coming off of last week where it was wet, it just never seemed like it wasn't necessarily raining, but it was always kind of misting, and the wind was a little relentless, and so just a rough night. And Dakota Valley hung some points on us early, and we weren't able to kind of rebound from that. And so tough loss. Very talented Dakota Valley team. I think I said it the very first night that we had a home game. Dakota Valley was my dark horse this year. After watching them, a lot of team speed there. I'm excited to see what they're going to do in the playoffs. I'm not going to favor them over the Del Rapids team. When I watched the Del Rapids team, I was wildly impressed, and I think that Dakota Valley is a good team, but I don't know if I'm going to stack them above probably the Dells and the West Centrals.
Yeah, as the standings sit right now, Dakota Valley would travel to Canton, so that could be an interesting matchup there. Again, as it currently sits, a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was a few weeks ago, we talked about Sioux Falls Christian and Lennox kind of flip-flopping in that 4-5 spot. Again, really no after tonight's over. Watchdogs and Tatanka both out of the playoffs, so this is just that end of the season regular finale here, and both teams looking to go out on a high note. Starting lineup for Tatanka: number 6, Riley Casey; number 9, Trey Sam; number 19, number 35, Jarek Thompson; number 53, Tyler Rowland; 58, Colt Fox; number 63, Adrian Rowland; number 67, Deontay Brewer; number 75, Waylon Lamont; number 78, Tate Mesteth; and number 9, Sequoia Goodcrow, wrapping up the starting lineup for the Tatanka. On the Watchdog side, they're announcing their starting lineup, their offensive unit. It is going to be that Wildcat formation, at least what they're announcing, coming out here to get the game going. So a lot of seniors and juniors here on this listing. Number 5, Jack Stennon. Number 9, Ryan Svegan. Number 24, Robert Watkins. Number 26, Gavel Valder. Number 54, Landon Kroger. Number 64, Andrew Niles. Number 65, Cohen Shirk. Number 70, Joseph Sharp. Number 75, Cooper Nelson. Number 81, Levi Fitzgerald. And wearing number 82 tonight, number Seth James, going to be more of a receiver formation here, or in a receiver tight end number.
This is the finale here for the seniors. Going to be an emotional night. I've been on this end of it, not knowing whether I was going to play again after that senior game. And so, after the game, it's just very natural. You're going to see some seniors and some tears, and probably some juniors too that have kind of come along with these seniors. And it's an interesting, week. Why? Playoffs are out of the picture. Both teams know that, this is the last game of the season. This may be the last football game a lot of these kids will ever play as a senior. And so what makes it kind of fun is the pressure's off. Tonight's kind of the night. You can just kind of let it fly. I think we're going to see some tremendous performances from both sides of the ball. But I know some of the seniors on here in the skilled positions, running backs, they'd really like to come out to put some points on the board and really showcase some of the ability that they haven't necessarily been able to do all season.
Jeff, we're going to get the anthems here. Renee James will take us to a quick commercial break or two, and we'll be right back with kickoff, Watchdogs.live.
Fiesta Foods in Beersford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beersford.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life, with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beersford.
Customer service is more than just a word. It's what Jensen Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance does every day.
We have more companies than most agencies in town. We're able to find a competitive market for each family. We're able to farm that out, quote it with each of our carriers, including Auto Owners Insurance, of course, and see where it best fits.
In Sioux Falls, Beersford, and Elk Point, go to jensenagencyonline.com to find out more. Jensen Insurance Agency, building relationships since 1944.
Sheer Magnolia Salon and Beauty Bar offers you normal services but more. We offer haircuts for men, women, and children. Aaron and Kale are the two stylists. They don't have specific hours but will stay open late to accommodate families that are always on the go. Their services include full body waxing, mani-pedis, coloring, spray tanning, and more. They are your #1 choice for all things beauty. Located in Beersford, South Dakota. Call 605-763-2011 for your appointment.
Classics Lounge in downtown Beersford is your destination for fun with darts, pool, and to catch all the action no matter what game it is. The colder season is here. Keep your perfect golf swing by using the indoor golf simulator. From the gridiron to the court, Classics is your spot to catch all activities of Watchdogs Live. Ready to cool off with a cold one? Classics Lounge is always ready to serve them up with a bite to eat too. That's Classics Lounge in downtown Beersford.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
All right, fans, welcome back to Cortland Carton Stadium here at Beersford High School. We're about ready to kick off. They're going to bring captains out and flip the coins. Jeff, we were able to do both anthems tonight. Ladies from Lakota Tech did a great job with their anthem, and then the Beersford High School band played our national anthem as well. So great evening tonight to respect both backgrounds and heritage. It was a really nice presentation.
Yeah, how much more South Dakota can you get than that? I mean, that's what makes this game so doggone fun. And what the interesting part of it is, last year when we made that trip out there, after the game, as part of their culture, they asked the team to come and eat with them and have a meet, post-game meal. That doesn't happen in these other games. You get done, you go to your own individual locker room. I had a few instances in my career, whether it be college or high school, where you get a chance to visit with some of the other guys that you just got done playing. 1 minute you're trying to tear the other guy's head off, and the next minute you get to find out a little bit about them, and it's just so fun. And so in kind tonight, we're going to provide a meal for that team, and it's going to be such an amazing experience. Last game of the year to get down and actually break bread with the other team, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that was what I did make the trip out to Tech last year. But the bus drivers I was communicating with that took the team, the coaches, the few kids I talked to, again, just the hospitality on that trip from the home team out there at Lakota Tech was just above and over the top. So, again, a very nice gesture on this time to, again, sit with their team and their fans and have a meal before we send them back home tonight as well. Will be great. So, Watchdogs will be receiving the ball. They are going to be in the south end zone. So, fans, as you see it on the normal camera, be right to left. Lakota Tech will be kicking off from the north. Slight breeze out of the northwest. See the military flags on the far side of the field.
And if you think your eyes are fooling you, they're not. We have purple helmets tonight. They have I think, what do they call them, skins?
Yeah, they're like a skin that kind of snaps over the top of the helmet.
Yeah, so they slide them over the helmet, so we're not wearing the white helmets tonight. They're actually going to be purple, kind of a chrome look, and you probably can't see it on the TV, but it's got a Watchdogs kind of embedded inside of that purple. And so pretty neat deal to change it up here in the last game of the year and make it kind of a special game with a little bit different twist on your uniform.
Yeah, they got the blackout jerseys, purple pants, and then also the purple helmet look tonight. So kicking off for Tech is number 6, Riley Casey, a sophomore, 6 foot, 160 pounds. Short kick. It's going to be fielded by our second level guys. He was down on his knee, so that is where the Watchdogs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Again, we are anticipating this Wildcat look based on the starting lineup that we announced on the offensive side of the ball.
And if you're wondering, why is he down? There wasn't anybody around him. High school and college has a little different rule. If he's in the NFL, he's on his knees, he picks up the ball. He's live, he can run, he can pick up and run at college. And in high school, once your knee is down, whether you've been touched or not, as soon as you have your knee on the ground and the ball in your possession, that play is over.
Stennon does take this opening run off the right side. He does have the speed, and he does break free. That is a 70-yard touchdown run from number 5, Jack Stennon, the senior. Great first play for the Dogs, off tackle out to that right side, found a seam over there, and Stennon does have the wheels to break it open, and that's what he did.
Yep, and what a role reversal. We've had how many times we've showed up and we've had that first big play, whether it's a big pass play or something like that. So what a refreshing start to come in here today and let Jack take off. Looks like we maybe have an offsides here. But, that's one thing with Jack. If he does get out in the open field, he does have a little bit of that breakaway speed and can take one to the house on you.
All right, they was encroachment on the defense, half the distance to the goal. Placeholder kept his spot right where he was. Kicking for the Watchdogs, number 13, Peyton Hoffman, the sophomore. Been a pretty steady leg for the Dogs. That one is up and good through the middle. So with 13 seconds off the clock, Watchdogs lead 7-0. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
Even empty backfield out of the gun. Setting in the pocket. Firing for the end zone. Williams, touchdown! What a throw and what a catch!
this. So I do the deed, get up and leave, a climb around a sadist. Are you ready for the sequel?
All right, good fans, joining us here at Cortland Karn Stadium, Beersford High School, Jared Olson and Jeff Boom on the call, along with a number of other volunteers helping us with cameras, Roman on the sideline, still shots, Renee James on the production side at the moment. Again, kicking off for the Watchdogs is number 13, Peyton Hoffman.
Kind of an unusual
short kick. It is recovered. It was a short kick. It did go off the hands of Tech, and that is recovered by number 22 for the Watchdogs.
And it's a little surprising. Lakota Tech really had the that first 10 yards of the eligible space that they can have was kind of boxed all in, and they had one deep return man. Kind of like, hey, we're going to dare you to try kick it short. In fact, we do. And somehow, the ball wasn't mishandled. I thought Beersford maybe collected it, but it looks like we're going to be on defense. But, it was probably one of those times where the way they aligned worked out really well because they had somebody there on a shorter kick from Payton, and
I was under the impression the Watchdogs had it. No, they are signaling it. He must have been on his knees, had his hand on the ball before the Watchdogs came in. So blown dead.
Well, one thing we know, we never trust the team that thinks they have the ball because they'll all be pointing towards their goal line. We have to kind of wait for the guys in the black and white to give us that sign.
All right, so Lakota Tech, 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Run up the middle, met by, I see Shirt coming out of the middle of that pile. Loss of 1 on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 11 for Tatanka.
And if you look at the Lakota Tech team, look down the roster, there's some height, there's some size. Now it's the question of, are they able to use that and kind of make some holes and push some people around on the other side? We've got a line here that's for the most part played together, the entire year. Jace Adams is still out with that thigh bruise. And so, unfortunately, he won't be able to finish this season out. But, over a 9-week season, you start to develop some chemistry, understand the other players, build a little trust. And so tonight, we're going to see a similar line, obviously with Seth James wearing a little different number. But for the most part, that's kind of the unit that we've been seeing the entire year.
Yeah, quarterback for Lakota Tech is number 6, Riley Casey, the sophomore, 6 foot, 160 pounds. Reference him as the kickoff man. They do have a big back there. It's number 9, Sequoia Goodcrow, senior, 6'3", 250 pounds. He just carried the ball on that last possession for a gain of 3.
They're going to go with him again.
Yeah, hit him as the lead back through the hole, but he is met there. Cooper Nelson on the bottom kind of had him by the legs, and a few other linebackers came to clean it up. So no gain there. It's going to bring up 4th and 8 here, we'll call it, for Lakota Tech.
Kind of an interesting call, when you're 3rd and long, just kind of the line up with an I formation and hand it off. They weren't going to disguise anything. They were, I think, for the most part, they were maybe thinking that we would maybe be fooled, but play action pass or something there might have been the ticket, but they're going to punt it away.
Punt formation. Stennon is back. He does let it bounce a couple times before grabbing in. A great open field tackle there.
Trayton Sam, nice tackle.
Trayton Sam, nice open field tackle for Lakota Tech. And Watchdogs will be 1st and 10, right where they started on their first possession, the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 30. It is 9:37 to go here in the opening quarter. Watchdogs lead 7-0. Again, 9:37 left on the clock in the first quarter.
And what do you do when you start off the first game of or the first play of the game and you take it for about 60, 70 yards? What do? Probably come back for that same play would be my guess.
All right, Wildcat formation. Looks like opposite direction. This time it is being handled by Gavel Valder. He works off the left side for a gain of 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Dogs.
Jared, any time that I try to predict the play, just assume that it's going to be something different because I don't think I'm probably 0 for about 40 this entire season.
Well, it looked like the same play, just flip-flopped to the other side.
Probably was. Give me some credit. We'll just say it was the same play going the other direction.
I think it was just going the other direction to the wide side of the field there. So I think you were there, Jeff.
Coaching, I am not. I'm probably better off being up here talking about the game after the play has happened versus calling one.
Lakota Tech crowd the line of scrimmage. This one does go to Stennon again. Good enough for a first down. He's wrapped up there by number 6, Riley Casey. but not before Stenning can go for a Watchdog first down out to their own 49-yard line.
And if you're paying a lot of close attention here, you might be saying, well, this offense looks a little different. It does. In fact, we're going back to a little bit of that offense that we were running in the first part of the year. We started there at Millbank with kind of a double wildcat, and we're just going back to that. And what's the purpose? This is a senior-led backfield. We've got four guys basically that will be in the backfield, and here's the result. We can pop one out here for a quick 20 yards.
Yeah, Valder working off of tackle. It wasn't there, but he bumped it out to the outside. Really nice move there to the open space and takes it for, gain of close to 21 yards. Watchdog first down into Lakota Tech territory.
And you could stick with the offense and say, hey, we're gonna go with Oberle at quarterback tonight. But you know what? This is the last night. These seniors are going to get a chance to play. They're on their home field. Let's go back to that offense that kind of showcases the seniors, put the balls in their hand, and we'll let them go.
This is Stenning off the right side. Lead blocker is Valder. Casey strings it out and does throw Stenning out of bounds. Gain of 5 on the play for the Watchdogs. Bring up 2nd and 5.
Boy, Casey saved a touchdown there. He kind of got a little bit out in space in between blockers, and they didn't really know, do we have to push him out of the way or do we just kind of outrun him? And he made a nice recovery on that. And although it was a 6-yard gain, he sure stopped one from popping all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, sophomore, listed 6 foot, 160 pounds. Again, reference his name quite early here, and we're only 4.5 minutes into the game, so certainly Riley Casey, someone we'll keep an eye on throughout the game here. Valder was met by the big guy, number 99, Sequoia Goodcrow, the senior, 6'3", 250 pounds. Gain of a couple, but that was a big hit left on there by Goodcrow.
And that's a trap play. We've run that quite a bit this year. Basically, you have a tackle. In this particular case, it's Cooper Nelson. Instead of just blocking straight ahead, he takes a step back, comes down the line. You essentially let one person come free through the line, and that's why it's called a trap. You let him come through the line, and there's a lineman there to block him that he doesn't see coming.
That is working off to the right side. Svegan, he does cut back. That is a touchdown run for Ryan Svegan. That is from the 22-yard line. So 22-yard touchdown run for the senior Ryan Svegan. Watchdogs currently lead 13-0 with the extra point attempt coming here.
Really nice to see Ryan get a chance to run the ball. Somewhere in the middle of that season when we started to make a transition to Oberle at quarterback, Svegan got a little lost in there in the offense, trying to find the spot, whether it was a tight end or a wing back or a wide receiver. And so to kind of get back into that double wildcat type of formation, it lets him to get his hands on the ball and start to run. And so really nice to see Ryan out there to get a chance to run the rock tonight.
Hoffman's extra point attempt is up and good. So with 6 minutes and 39 seconds left on the clock here in this first quarter, Watchdogs 14, Lakota Tech 0.
Often, this is just no different than any game that they've played the entire year. The team that controls the line of scrimmage is the team that wins the game. And right now, we are definitely controlling the line of scrimmage. The running game is working. It doesn't look like we're going to have to put it in the air as of right now. Right now with Lakota Tech, this is a chance for them to come in and say, okay, let's establish the line of scrimmage. Let's at least get a couple first downs here. So we're in a position here where they're really going to want to control the ball a little bit, because it looks like we could probably run out the second half if we end up getting a few more punts back into the Beersford Watchdogs' hands.
Back deep for Lakota Tech is number 2, Devontae Ross, the junior, 5'10", 175 pounds. He's going to get a chance to field this one at the 10-yard line. A couple of Watchdogs were there early. The first one to make contact was number 23. Is that Martell?
Yes.
Yeah, Martell Burglar. Swatched jerseys a few times this year, so he always has us guessing kind of, again, based on the game plan where they need him that night. So number 23 tonight, I believe, was Martell Burglar with the initial contact. So Lakota Tech will take over 1st and 10 from their own 12-yard line.
And it's interesting, you put a different number on someone, and it totally changes the way that you look at him. You put the number 55 on, he looks like a lineman. Put 23 on him, you're like, oh, he looks like a running back. So apparently he can kind of fit the mold for either one. But maybe we'll see a little bit of Martell out there tonight.
Yeah, Martell and the double nickels, the one I'm kind of used to recently anyways.
Well, they're not going to disguise what they want to do here. They basically want to just keep pounding the ball right up the middle. They're going to keep giving it to Goodcrow. And, this is one of those things where if you can get 2 yards a crack, you run you want to get 2.5. Obviously, you run four times at 2.5. It gets you 10 a crack. This is going to work. Yeah, 2.5. That's it.
All right, one wide receiver split to the right. I formation behind Casey under center. Little pitch out to the right side. Cooper Nelson turns it back in, and he is met by the rest of his teammates. Shirk and Stennon coming out of the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, nice play by Cooper, stringing that play out a little bit. They've obviously been pounding it right on the inside. Try to switch it up a little bit and flip one out to the outside. Cooper's there to wrangle him in, and then Shirk and Stennon, like you said, came in and company come in to finish that play up. So now here we are, 3rd and long again for Lakota Tech. I will say this, you get into these type of situations where the team that doesn't have a win, they're dangerous because you don't know what they're going to do. They obviously need to score some points. So this could be kind of a razzle-dazzle type of play. I would be surprised if they run the ball again. I would think they would put it in the air, but boy, their formation really shows it looks like they're going to try to run the ball.
Yeah, one right receiver to the left. Blitz is coming from the right side. John DeLay was coming. They lofted it out there to the receiver, number 19, Trey Sam. He almost pulls it in. That would have been a Tatanka first down. Coverage there was by number 11, Malachi James. It's 4th and long here for the Tatanka.
Yeah, I sure think that Trayton's going to wish he had that one back. It hit him in the hands. It's always a good place to hit you when you're a wide receiver, but once in a while you get a little, the stars in the eyes come in. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make this play, and all of a sudden I've got some green in front of me, and you start looking downfield before you pull the ball in.
Punt, short punt, 2 returners back. Stennon fields it on the fly, cuts back across the field to the right side. He is met there by, looks like number 9 with the tackle.
I think that might have been Goodcrow.
Was that Goodcrow?
Yep.
Okay, number 99, Goodcrow.
So our typical formation on a punt is we'd like to one person catch it, and then you either hand the ball off to a crossing member, and typically it's Stennon and Valder, and you'll either give him the ball or you'll keep it yourself. This punt, actually, we had the Lakota Tech got down, kind of blew that whole thing up, so Jack just had to essentially just take the ball and just go with it.
Dogs are under center, double wing motion there from Fickbaum. Big defensive play there from the big guy, number 99, Sequoia Goodcrow. Again, referenced him as a senior, 6'3", 250 pounds. And he is a handful at the middle of that defensive line for Tatanka.
Well, when you can run the ball and you can play nose guard, it says a lot that you've got some ability, because most people that are in running back position play somewhere further away from the ball. But he certainly gobbled that play up.
All right, Goodcrow down in his 4-point stance with a linebacker behind him. This one does get handed off to Watkins. Kicks it to the outside, and he takes that in for a Watchdog touchdown. So that is from the 29-yard line. So a 29-yard touchdown run. Robert Watkins worked off of kind of that B, maybe C gap. Plugged up, kicked it outside, kind of like we saw earlier from Valder. Takes it into the house. So Watchdogs 20. Tatanka 0. Hoffman out for the extra point attempt.
Well, so far, everybody's taken their turn to score a touchdown, so I guess Valder's probably next. So I guess we'll start to see a little bit more of the bell cow running back approach. Nice kick by
Hoffman is perfect tonight on those extra point attempts, and every one of them I think has gone directly through the middle of the uprights and well onto the high jump apron. So, Jeff, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more football action here at Cortland Carnes Stadium.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, fans, welcome back to Watchdogs.live. Jared Olson and Jeff Boom on the broadcast here at Cortland Karn Stadium. Jeff, did you get one of those burgers or hot dogs from the FFA before the game?
I did not. I'm watching my waistline. It's just I'm at that age, Jared, where I just have to be a little more careful.
Got to cut back on some meals.
That's
okay.
Right. That's right.
Oh, a squib kicker off to the left side. Casey does get on it. Knee was down on the ground, so Tatanka will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25.
You know, it's once again interesting formation they take. They really crowd up that line of scrimmage. You know, probably one of those things that can pick up a lot of blocks. But for whether Peyton's doing it on purpose or not, or whoever is kicking, the ball hasn't gotten way downfield, and so it's been a little bit of a scramble, and that's you know, kind of works in the Watchdogs' favor when the ball's rolling around down there, because we're not that far away from the ball by the time that they get to it.
Yeah, if you can get it by their first 10 players, which are all up in that first 5 to 7 yard interval, you get it blown by them, then it's just a sprint to the ball at that point.
Yep.
Okay, Watchdogs getting the flip-flop on the power side here, strong side. Quick throw to the outside, tipped up in the air, tip drill. That does fall in the hands of the defensive back, number 2. He's going to return that to the house.
That's Oberle, correct?
That is Oberle. So the freshman, Ashton Oberle, gets a part of the tip drill.
Yep, it's another one of those plays. We've seen it. We've been on that end at times this year where that ball hits you in the hands, thrown a little high, and maybe you're trying to pull it in a little quick. The ball ends up straight up in the air, and those passes, for whatever reason, seem to fall right in laps of defensive backs. Rarely do those hit the ground. Another great kick there by Peyton.
Yeah, Lakota Tech was looking to do something a little different. Looked like maybe the tight end had gone out, done like a 5 or 7 yard curl in. Ball came, just hit him in the hands and popped straight in the air. 2 Watchdog defenders there. Was enough time for Oberle to close the distance. Pick that one up, and his momentum's already carrying him towards the goal line. He takes it in. So
easy 6 points once that happens. You know, and you do a tip drill. It's kind of a staple for almost any football team out there. You do tip drills, knock the ball up in the air. Everyone gets the chance to look up at it, and then you might have 3 or 4 players all try to go for it at the same time to try to kind of replicate what it looks like in a game. This one here, there wasn't anybody fighting for it. It kind of fell right in Ashton's hands, and he knew what to do with it once he got his hands on it.
All right, Watchdogs out to kick off again here. It's going to be Peyton Hoffman. He's now 4 for 4 on those extra point attempts.
So now they've moved the return man up a little bit. We haven't seen a kick, so this would be a good time if Peyton's going to put his foot into one, put one over the top of the return man's head.
No, Squibbs, it does go off one of the front linemen. He quickly and wisely jumps on it. So best starting field position here for Lakota Tech is their own 45-yard line. On that play, at least setting the ball down there, was number 23, I believe is who it possibly hit and jumped on it. That is Hans Fuller, the senior, 5'9", 147 pounds. Fuller quickly and wisely gets it stopped, gets on top of it. Going to be good starting field position here for Lakota Tech.
Yeah, and if you're Lakota Tech here, if you're down by 4 touchdowns, you got your best field position, as you mentioned. You know, at this point, I'm going to open it up. It looks like they're going to do that. They're going to go 3 wide to the left. Right now, you just go, hey, throw caution to the wind, see if we can get some points on the board and try to switch the momentum here.
Go 3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right, and they hand it off to their back in the backfield, number 58, Colt Fox, the junior, 6'2", 190 pounds. Fox takes it for about a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for Tatanka.
Yep, Seth James kind of said enough of that. He found his way to the running back and kept him for a short gain. When he got the ball, it looked like it was going to turn into a pretty good game. And when you got some blockers out there and you run what you call trips, when you got 3 receivers out that side, you get some momentum going, you have some blockers out there, it can be a little dangerous in the open field.
Okay, Lakota Tech's going to flip that formation. Now the 3 receivers on our side of the field, or the near side of the field, which is wide to them as they face the south goal line. Little screen possibly to the right. No, Casey rolls out to the left. Just throws it out into open space. There was not a receiver near there.
It's a pretty headsy play. Have to realize at some point, hey, the only thing I'm going to do from here is just basically run out of bounds, or I'm going to get tackled for a loss. And so just throw the ball out of bounds, live to play another day. You're sitting here at, I think it should be 3rd down. Looks like the marker is still showing 2nd down, but this should be 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and 8, I believe. Again, little breeze at their back, so they're in a good position here to try to convert this 3rd down. You know, on their side of the 50, I don't know if this is one where you try to get half of the yards and get across midfield and then play a 4th, or if you look to really punt it if they don't convert and really put the Watchdogs deep. But they throw a slant right over the middle of the field. Great connection. Casey can zip the ball, and he connects with number 2, Devontae Ross, the junior wide receiver, 5'10", 170 pounds. That thing was a laser across the middle.
Yeah, watching warm-ups, I like to sit up here and kind of analyze some of the things because we really aren't that familiar with this team. And Casey can put a nice spin on the ball, and boy, that thing was put almost perfect. I mean, didn't hit him between the numbers, but it really shouldn't be there. It should be where he threw it. It was out in front of him and within his hands. Very impressive throw and catch.
Yeah, that was in stride.
Well, and that really will kind of soften the defense up a little bit. You get used to crowding the line of scrimmage. You're expecting them to come in and run, to get their backs against the wall and a 3rd and long. So now you step back a little bit and say, okay, what's going to happen? So you take your foot off the gas. They're able to come and kind of gouge you here for a quick 3 yards on the run game. Nice balance. If you can get a little bit of throwing going as well with your run, maybe we can see some momentum shift here a little bit in this game.
Yeah, that run was Colt Fox again, so gain of 3, 2nd and 7 here for the Tatanka, and they drew one of the Watchdogs off sides, I believe. That is the preliminary call, so that's going to be 5 more yards. It's going to be 2nd and 2 here for Lakota Tech from the Watchdog 22-yard line.
Yeah, Kroger's has seen a lot of playing time this year. Got a little excited. They give a hard count. He gives a jump. So Martell's going to slide in there for him on this play.
Straight up the middle. Initial contact was by Niles, senior number 64, Andrew Niles, 6'5", 270 pounds. Down defensive lineman for the Dogs was the initial contact.
Lakota gets the 5-yard break, puts them closer to the 1st down. Unfortunately, this second play that they run didn't really garner any more yards, so they've got 2 plays here. They're definitely in a 4-down territory. I would expect, once again, don't trust whatever I'm going to suggest, but I would expect you would run the ball hard 2 times here to pick up your 1st down and get a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, clock is ticking, 20 seconds, 18 on the clock. Casey does hand it off to Fox. Loss of 1, I believe, on the play there, so we'll bring up 4th, and that's going to be, we'll call it 3 now, 4th and 3. Quarter will end. We will swap sides of the field here. We do have somebody from Lakota Tech down, so we're going to get a quick injury and also end of the quarter. So, Jeff, let's take a quick commercial break and listen to a few of our sponsors. We'll be back with more football here at Cortland Carnes Stadium right after this break.
This is what This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
All right, fans, welcome back. Beersford High School, Cortland Carnes Stadium. Jared Olson and Jeff Boom bringing you the 11A football action here. Start of the second quarter, Watchdogs lead 28-0. Jeff, we did see Colt Fox as the man down for Lakota Tech. He did get up and walk off under mostly his own power there, so that's a promising sign for Tatanka.
Glad to see Colt walk off the field. If I'm coaching Colt, I say, hey, let's look at the situation here. We're third down. We're 2 yards. I know Colt got up to the line, didn't see much of a hole, decided to bounce it outside. Unfortunately, didn't have any blockers there, and he was met by 3 Watchdogs and taking him down. That's the type of play where you have to have your running back say, just put your head down. If you can get a yard, get the yard. Don't worry about trying to pop it to the outside to pick up the first down. We're in 4-down territory, so 2 1-yard carries gets the chains moving. And unfortunately, Colt seen the outside. It looked good for about a half a second, and then he was met by 3 Watchdogs and took him down. So we got an interesting call here, a 4th and short.
Yeah, 4th about 3. See what Josh Homer and the crew put up, and they got a nice little out route to the right side over there. I believe that might even be close to a score. That is a touchdown. Did you catch a number there?
Number 2.
Number 2. We saw him earlier on that reception. So Devontae Ross, the junior wide receiver, catches a nice, simple little out route, turns it upfield, kind of cuts it back to the middle and dives, scores a touchdown for Lakota Tech, and it's now Beersford 28, Lakota Tech 6 with 11:50 on the clock here in the second quarter.
Ross has got a motor. Once he caught the ball, he knew where he was going, and he's quick. There's just no doubt about that. So we have to start to look at this. If you're a Watchdog fan, say, okay, they've got some momentum happening here with this passing game. Is that where they turn for the rest of the night? Could very well be.
Fade into the far corner. He was tripped up. Just incidental contact. Yep. They're waving that off. It was Malachi James over there.
I think that's a good call. You know, both players were essentially just got their feet tangled up. I don't think that there was any type of push or James wasn't necessarily in a position where he was trying to hold him. It just ended up their feet got tangled up, and unfortunately for Lakota Tech, they weren't able to convert, and they really need to get all the points they can get at this point for a comeback.
Yeah, intended receiver over there in that fade route. The corner was Trey Sam, the junior wide receiver. He comes off a little gimpy. We'll see. He is coming out here for this kickoff, so hopefully he's okay, but he is a little gimpy coming out of that route.
He's holding his thigh, so it's could be something more of a bruise. Normally it's not really where you're going to hold your leg if you have some kind of a pull or something, so maybe he'll bounce back here after a couple plays, lets that thing loosen up a little bit.
All right, Watchdogs in kick return formation here, and back. I see Gavel Valder and is that Stennon, the other one back there?
Pretty difficult to tell. They got the black
Stand
uniforms
at the side. I believe it's Stennon. No, Stennon is, yeah, it's probably Stennon. Yeah, probably maybe is what I'm going to go with. Again, kicker for
Casey.
Lakota Tech is Casey, Riley Casey, the sophomore.
I like Riley Casey as a sophomore, playing quarterback, kicking the ball, multi-talented.
That is fielded at the 30 by Malachi James. He's being patient and waiting for the blockers to kind of catch up to him. He is whistled down at the Watchdog 43-yard line, 42-43. It is going to be right at the 43. So Watchdogs first and 10 from their own 43-yard line. 11:41 to go on the clock here before halftime. Watchdogs lead 28-6.
And you said it, patience. And there's so many times in high school, someone gets really excited, they have the ball, have blockers in front of them, and they decide that they want to go past the blockers or they want to cut back and leave the blockers. And Malachi did a great job staying behind the blockers. It wasn't going to be a home run, trying to run ahead of them or bouncing it back across the middle of the field.
That is Fickbaum working off the left side. He does cut back to the middle of the field before he is initially contacted and brought down by one of the big guys for Lakota Tech. That time it was number 90. Michael Yankton, the senior, 6'4", 223 pounds, chased Fickbaum down from behind about 30 yards later and brings him down. So Watchdogs 1st and 10 from now the Lakota Tech 30-yard line. Oberly under center, double wing. Fitzgerald split out to the right side. Oberly rolls right. He's looking for Fitzgerald. He's open. He does catch it. Knocked out of bounds about 1 yard, 2 yards shy of a touchdown. So that's a 29-yard pass completion. Oberly on the play action, rolled out to the right. Fitzgerald was on man-on-man coverage out there, and he broke free by about 3 steps. Great play, but also a nice defensive stop to push him out of bounds and at least stop the score for the moment.
Yeah, I'm a fan of any time that you can stop someone from the end zone, make them snap the ball. Typically, if an offense snaps the ball enough times in a game, something bad can happen. And so, nice play by Casey's, good hustle play. But we've changed. We went back to the offense that we've been running. We're going to see what we've got with Oberly here. I'm going to assume he's going to hand off. No, well, once again, I'm wrong.
Yeah, he looks and finds his man on the right side, seals the deal. Number 81, Levi Fitzgerald, 29-yard pass completion. They finish it off with a 1-yard little fade out touchdown pass. Oberly to Fitzgerald, the senior, 5'10", 130 pounds. He gets on the board tonight as well. So Peyton Hoffman back out for another extra point attempt for the Watchdogs.
So I think we've had someone unique to take it to the end zone every single touchdown so far. So it's a nice way to send a lot of these seniors out. And quite frankly, if you look up and down this roster, it's heavily backfield and wide receivers is where the seniors are at. There are junior, on the line. Of course, we have Seth James, we have Niles. So we've got some seniors on there, but for the most part, a majority of the seniors that we have are in those skilled positions where they're going to have their hands on the ball.
Yeah, that'll be a tough part. Again, we don't want to look ahead to next year or anything like that quite yet. But again, you always do look and go, boy, without so-and-so, there's just going to be some shoes to fill, and it's an opportunity for someone else coming up. So we enjoy it as the moment that we have to see what they can do. And tonight they're really spreading the ball around. So kudos to the players and the coaching staff really mixing things up tonight.
Well, and, if you run the same offense that we've been running up until this last series, we really didn't have a lot of throwing in that previous offense. It was more of a smash mouth type of a I don't know what you want to call it, formation, where you've got your double wildcat, meaning you got 2 guys behind center to catch the ball, and you're essentially going to run it. Putting Oberly back in gives an opportunity for us to throw the ball to Fitzgerald, who hasn't had a ton of catches this year. So it's nice to see him and send him off with a nice, memorable touchdown here in this last game.
Yeah, Watchdogs seen a little bit of the speed from Devontae Ross so far, just content to kind of drill it through those first 10 return men. Ross did come up from his deep return position, slid in there and got on top of that one. So Lakota Tech 1st and 10 from their own 25, 10-19 on the clock here in the second quarter. Watchdogs lead 35-6.
And kind of stay on Fitzgerald. The one thing that has probably been underrated the entire year, because it's not a stat that you pay a whole lot of attention to, but his punting has been insane this year. He's, some of them are bangers, but he's got kind of a knack to spin that ball when it hits the ground and it can die. If you're a college coach and you're looking for a punter, I would have my eye on him. I think you could really mold him into an excellent punter, and it's you don't think about that a whole lot, but punting's a big part of football.
Yeah, the opportunity, again, maybe sometimes it is smart just to flip the field and or you're pinned a little deep to really give yourself 10, 15, 20 more yards is a pretty big deal, especially in high school football.
I think back in the Del Rapids game, he had a banger. I think that the net was somewhere around 60, but it went 75, 80 yards, and you just don't see that very often in high school football. But he hit a high spiral. It was very impressive, and he's put some coffin corners on some teams this year. So there's a special skill there.
Looking left the entire way, they did find the receiver out there. Big guy, number 35, Jarek Thompson, the junior. Tight end, 6'2", 170 pounds. So Thompson with a decent little connection there from Casey. So this will be third and really manageable here for Lakota Tech. About 2 more yards to go here.
Jarek looks a little bigger than 170 to me when I see him catch the ball. It looks like a little heavier, but nice pitch and catch there. Once again, third and short. They've kind of been sitting in this position the last few series, and so they've been able to convert. So let's see what they have up their sleeve.
Little different formation here. They went 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, and Casey just keeps the keeper. And first down, Lakota Tech, moving the chains, 1st and 10 from their own 38.
Great play call. You haven't seen that yet. They've been in this position a few times. Throw something that you haven't seen so far, and Casey obviously is a multi-talented football player, so why not let him slip up the middle? They've probably seen that we weren't squeezing that center very hard, and so excellent play call.
Okay, in that twins left, twins right. He is scrambling now, just chucks it to get it away. That's an opportunity for an interception. Yes, it was. John DeLay didn't get that fumble earlier, but he gets the interception. So, again, we're kind of talking about opportunities for seniors here tonight, Jeff. And here is number 22, John DeLay, the senior, 6'1", 155 pounds. Pretty special opportunity for him as well.
Yeah, kind of a defensive specialist all year. Hasn't seen a whole lot on offensively, and he's been very good in the cover. He's also he's a little aggressive on the tackling.
Yeah.
And so I bet Casey right now is thinking to himself, I just needed to get that ball another 5 yards.
Yeah, or a yard or two shorter. Now, Jeff, here's where typically we see you have a turnover, you throw the long ball, you take a big shot. Nope, they hand it off. Watkins off the left side. He breaks a tackle. He's working up the left side. Watkins takes that in, hits the pylon, touchdown. 40-yard touchdown run off the left side for the senior, number 24, Robert Watkins.
Well, we haven't seen Rob super hard-nosed.
Yeah.
Usually the runs come in chunks where it's just dragging people along, and a lot of that cracking pads and helmets. He had one big breakaway. I have to think back and maybe week 3 or 4 somewhere along there.
Yes, yeah, he almost went the distance. It was our first or second week. Almost went the distance here. Got tackled near the 7-yard line or something.
But boy, he looked wildly fast on that one. We really shot out of a cannon almost to the point where once he got to the edge, there was no denying that he was going to score. And he had a nice reach out, just flipped the ball over the pylon, knocked the pylon over, which basically tells the ref, hey, I scored.
Yes, yeah, real good effort there. Again, catching that pylon, that was the deal, sealed the deal. Encroachment from Lakota Tech, half the distance to the goal. Hoffman up and good. So Watchdogs lead 42-6 with 8:38 to go here in the first half.
By the time we get through the end of this game, if they continue to score like this, Peyton will actually have some pretty impressive stats by the end of the night. He'll look like he scored a touchdown. So, Jared, we're looking at this at 42 to nothing. But this is unique for us this year. If you just break down the record, which we've had some games here. I think back like in Lennox at halftime. I think back at Winter at halftime. Those games look different? I mean, the score doesn't necessarily represent what it was. Now, there was a couple of games. Everyone's had them. You get boathoused. Sometimes it gets out of hand in the first half. But I look back on some of the season here, and it's nice to see us go ahead and run the score up here a little bit. But what do you do here at 42 to nothing? You want to send the seniors out on a high note. You also want to, if you're a basketball coach, you're a wrestling coach, you're also saying, hey, I want this kid to sit on the sidelines here. So I've got a wrestler or a basketball player. It looks like we got another turnover.
Yeah, that ball did get free. Deep man, deep returner, number 2, Devontae Ross. We talked about him earlier. He was trying to come up, and he couldn't quite get this one, and Malachi James did get on it. Is looking like maybe a knee or ankle, but Devontae is back up. Real ginger, the training staff is out there checking on him. They'll do a quick injury timeout. Watchdogs may have even taken a timeout here.
Yeah, those can be some real difficult, challenging positions when you're on your knees, the ball's loose, and now you've got a crowd of Watchdogs just bearing down on you, and everybody's just diving and hitting you in some weird spots, and also you're in kind of a compromised position where you're not covered up and you're trying to scramble for the ball as well. And so it's always dangerous for your hips and your knees, and that's just a bad position to be in. So I feel bad for him because it's just a dangerous spot to be at with that ball loose with all those guys coming that fast at you.
Yeah, this is the part time of the night where maybe you start to get a little dew accumulates on the grass as well, and things get a little slick.
Seems like he's coming off the field, getting a little bit better. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him back, but let's just hope that he is. I'm sure he's got maybe another sport, coming up after football season this year too. That's the one thing about these games too. You get in that last part. What are you playing for other than pride? Not much. You want to send everybody off with a win. No one wants to finish their season with a loss. This one seems to be at hand. Even though we're in the second quarter, I don't want to count Lakota Tech out, but right now it seems like they're going to win the game, and you just hope for both teams that nobody gets a serious injury this late in the
some
year.
fresh faces here for the Watchdogs.
No fumble.
The ball might have been loose. I saw it on the left side. Peyton Hoffman was out at wide receiver, and on the near side it was number 4, Ben Seeley.
So it looked like a handoff to Isaac Bowden. We haven't seen a lot of Isaac this year. I've attended the junior varsity games this year, and Isaac can run the ball a little bit. He's also played some line. Some of the teams that we play in the JV are 9-man teams. So Owen Ronaldo brings those teams. Offense is interesting. You see some people playing some positions that they normally wouldn't play in 11-man. So it's been a unique year for the junior varsity for sure.
Motion there from Fickbaum. Inside handoff coming the opposite direction was number 22, John DeLay. So an opportunity for DeLay to get a misdirection ball carry.
A little flash into the future. As you see these players come in, you'll see that the Joe Sharp now has moved out of the center position, and we've got a new center in there, Cam Mullenix. And Cam was playing center last, in his 7th grade and his 8th grade year, so I think that he would be probably the heir apparent unless something changes over the next year. A little
miscommunication. That is a fumble. It is picked up by Lakota Tech, so that is going to be a turnover.
And this is expected. These players don't, typically practice a whole lot. With the size of the team that we have and the amount of people we have on the roster, you're running your offense. You have kind of your staple personnel on there, and the other guys are typically playing your defense, and so you don't get a lot of reps. Oberly has obviously been practicing more with the varsity team, and we've just been kind of trying to figure out what to do on the JV. So, we've seen Tegan Nyhawk, who we haven't seen yet tonight, who's been playing some wide receiver, but once again, showcasing some of the elder classmen. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Tegan, but kind of filled in for that quarterback position, so just haven't had the reps to get those clean handoffs.
Yeah, I didn't see for sure, but it did look like Sequoia Goodcrow, the senior, 6'3", 250, was the man who picked up that fumble recovery. On the carry there for Lakota Tech off the right side. Did you catch a number there, Jeff?
I didn't, but it doesn't surprise me with Goodcrow on the fumble. He's kind of been a little bit everywhere and been quite a bit of the defense tonight.
Yeah, I believe Cooper Nelson, great open field tackle there from his defensive outside lineman position. Loss of a couple, so it'll bring up 2nd and 13 here for Lakota Tech. Pass play, slant across the middle. Intended receiver was number 19, Trey Sam.
They got a running back in. Lakota Tech's got a new running back in, and I don't know if I'm, maybe we talked earlier about some swapping of the uniforms. Someone's wearing a number 71. We're really apologetic. We don't know who that is. I think there was some uniforms that numbers that got changed, so we can't identify who number 71 is. But he was in the backfield, and it was a nice play call. It was supposed to be, I think, a little bit more of a
big pass here to Sam.
Whoa!
And he was almost there. On the coverage was number 81 for the Watchdogs. Referenced him earlier, Levi Fitzgerald. But a big pass attempt there to number 19, Trey Sam, falls incomplete. Lakota Tech's going to take a timeout here. 6:17 on the clock, 4th and 13, deep in their own territory, and Lakota Tech wants to talk about it.
What I like about that play, too, with Casey is you throw the ball, whether either your receiver is going to get it or nobody gets it. And usually when the middle of the field is wide open like that, toss it out there, nice high pass, gives your wide receiver an opportunity to go get it. This one here, he might have threw it a little bit too far in the middle of the field, and I think maybe the wide receiver there was looking a little bit for it to come over the top of his shoulder versus in the middle of the field, and they just weren't able to make that connection. But had they made the connection, it could have potentially been the first points on the board tonight for Lakota Tech.
Yeah, that would have been a big connection if they would have been able to make it, but now Coach Homer is talking to the squad here about what they're going to do on 4th and 13. Again, Watchdogs 42, Lakota Tech 6. 6:17 to go here in the opening half here at Beersford High School.
Well, Ross is back in. I see him in the huddle. So, you know, the connections that they've had so far tonight. And I apologize. I said it would be the first points on the board for Lakota Tech. Ross took one, had a nice reception that they took to the house here earlier in the first quarter, or second quarter. So apologize. They had scored. But I think here either Ross or Sam is probably the option. Those two have been the best connection on the passing game so far tonight.
All right, and hard count there. Watchdogs did kind of bounce and move, but they were drawn off by an offensive movement. So now it'll bring 4th and 18 for Lakota Tech. Casey did go to the sideline halfway, and he turned around and came back into the huddle, so the call has been made from the coaching staff.
And now you got to make a decision. Are we going to run a play here? Obviously, if you don't convert, which is going to be very difficult to convert a 4th and 18, it doesn't matter who you are. That's a lot of yards to pick up. You know that you're giving the Watchdogs the ball and deep in their own territory.
Yeah, it is a pass play working out to the right side. He just slipped.
Looks like Ross made the catch, but the Watchdogs will take the ball over, somewhere around that 25-yard line.
Okay, pass was called incomplete, so the officials did get together over there. Ross did lose his footing over there, trying to come back to the ball, just slipped. Ball kind of fell right by his hands, so pass is incomplete. Turnover on downs. Watchdogs will be 1st and 10 from the Lakota Tech 15-yard line. Watchdogs out in offensive formation with, again, maybe the second squad here. Lakota Tech will take a timeout. Jeff, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
So I do the deed, get up and leave a climber and a sadist, yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Are you ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest.
All right, Jeff, quick timeout here for both sides. Watchdogs are out in their offensive formation. They just broke huddle with assistant coach Owen Ronaldo. We'll see what the coaching staff up in the booth and relaying down to Coach Ronaldo what they've drawn up here. 1st and 10, late substitution in here for Lakota Tech. 1st and 10, Watchdogs motion here at a delay. Inside handoff, that's Cooper Nelson carrying the ball. Big flag thrown. Cooper Nelson does run that in 15 yards, but again, fans, a huge flag thrown from deep in the backfield.
Yeah, usually you see the flag come from that area, just like you hear on NFL and college, kind of in the area where you see some holding. And what a really unusual play call. I love it when you get the ball in a lineman's hands, and it was really amazing. Cooper knew where to go.
Poor Cooper. Going to have this one brought back.
You know, lineman, doggone it, how many times do you get a chance to get a touchdown? And then you score, and the flag came so early. So
No, hold on, now what?
We got 5.
No,
Maybe they jumped off sides before the
or illegal stuff. I mean, something was a dead ball before it played.
Well, that's unfortunate because you get so many times you're going to be able to run that type of play. I'm sure right now Cooper's scratching his head saying, when am I going to get the chance to get the ball again?
Yeah, Cooper Nelson, junior offensive lineman, 6'1", 240 pounds. John DeLay in for the Watchdog touchdown from the, where was that one? That was halfway between, that was about the 14-yard line, somewhere in there. So,
yeah, well, almost every senior now. I think with the exception of we have some linemen, probably Seth James, and then one that's pretty obvious that has scored several times this year is Gabble Valder, whether it be a kick return or taking one on the ground or pass play. So we'll see if where at some point if they can get the ball in Gavel's hands, if that's even something that will happen the rest of the night. I think we might start to see some of the underclassmen be on the field a lot more than what we have. But great way to go out. How many times you can't write this up. This script to say we're going to have almost every senior touch the ball, and guys that just haven't seen the ball a whole lot this year. You know, I don't think that we've seen John DeLay on a few offensive series this year, but I can't recall catching the pass or those types of things. So to put him in at running back and then to have him take one to the house, what a special memory for him.
Yeah, no, very, very cool opportunity for him. Cooper Nelson did just come to the sideline. He's talking to his buddies down here on the near side. He put his hands up in the air and put his hands on his helmet, and he and his lineman buddies looking at him down there, Niles and Adams and Joe Sharp, and just like, oh man, every lineman's dream to get the ball and run it. Now even athletic trainer from Avera, Tyler Hagan, is jumping in on the good laughs and talking about Cooper's 15-yard touchdown run that wasn't.
Yeah, unfortunately the camera's not going to pick it up, but all the linemen that they're all standing around a huddle, and Cooper's telling them how awesome he just took that ball into the end zone, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to count those points. But man, when you're a lineman, you got to go tell him, like, that was the coolest thing I've ever done in my life.
All right, so the lineman huddle is broken here on the near side. No, Joe Sharp's going to go over and they're going to talk about it again now. Yeah.
I see more of the underclassmen are starting to bounce a little bit and try to loosen up those muscles. So I think we're going to see some wholesale changes on the football field. And like to see the curtain call a little bit more with the seniors, but it's hard to do when you've got this type of a game. You're not going to pull somebody out, at big moments like you could in a hotly contested
Lakota
game.
Tech fielded that on the left side. Hans Fuller, the senior, call was to return it off to the right side, so he went east 50-some yards and brought down by a group of Watchdogs, so it'll be 1st and 10. Let's see where they place at about the Lakota Tech 9-yard line. Jeff helping us again all season. We've said it over and over. We get the easy part. We just put on headsets and talk about what we're seeing. So big thank you to Renee James. We got Diego Hernandez, Giovanni Perez, Gavin Stewart's been with us from the very beginning, and Espen Klungseth helping us out tonight. So we appreciate all the work of the camera operators and production people, and help set and take everything up and down, and we really do appreciate the work that they do. Matt Storo and his group of students help with some of that social media stuff that we push out and updates. So again, everybody behind the scenes here at Watchdogs.live, big thank you to everybody that's involved.
Yeah, it's been so much fun, and this was the type of game that I'm sure that Watchdog fans, we know the players and the coaches were like, hey, can we go out there? And hey, if you're looking at the first part of this game, 1-7, they're 0-8. is this going to be a hotly contested game? It was really hard to tell. You felt like we could go out and hang 50 points on this team, but you start looking through the totality of it, you really don't know sometimes where you sit. And obviously, just looking at the season, looking at the roster size, even when you look at Lakota Tech, they outnumber us by a good 10 players, and I'm just begging and hoping that we slide back into that 11B schedule. It just feels like that's where we should be with the roster size that we have, and it feels like we could go in there. And I'm not going to say we're going to go in and dominate and go win a state championship, but I'm not saying we couldn't either.
Yeah, it is a reclassification year, so this is year 2 of a 2-year rotation. There is Casey breaking free. He is quick. Oh, and we had kid on crutches take it on the far side.
Shoot.
I hope he's okay. Teammates are over there to check on him, but I believe he's in a cast and crutches, and he got hit on the far side of the field.
Yeah, boy, that's tough to see. Hopefully, the cast obviously will protect you from the injured parts, but it's the other parts that are super vulnerable, and you just hope that he didn't twist a knee or end up, getting caught in a
they
really
just brought him back
position.
up, so hopefully he's okay. The young man on the far side, just play kind of got away, and again, Casey was moving really quick, got bumped out of bounds, and he looks like he's okay over there, back on his crutches.
And
so.
if you're looking over that sideline, they've got a couple guys that are on their crutches, so they've had some injuries.
Ball
this
gets
season.
away. Casey picks it up. He's looking and scrambling. Pressure's coming from Bergler. He gets away from Martell, and he is sacked there from the Watchdogs number 20. Hayden Hammenberg, the freshman, 5'10", 125 pounds, gets credit for the sack.
So, like we said, there's a wholesale change. This is going to look very similar. So, if you're starting to look, say, what's the future of Beersford Watchdog football? A lot of the players that are out there, this is it. This is what you're going to see next year. With obviously we've had some some juniors that have been their normal starters throughout the year, but some of the guys that will be filling in next year, and some of those spots that'll be unoccupied from the absence of the seniors. These are some of the players we're going to see, and if you're looking down the line, Easton Boom as a defensive end. You got Hammenberg, you got Cam Mullenix. So you've got some different players, and we'll mention more names here as we go. But you'll see Casey, probably very wildly talented athlete. Probably see him have some big plays here, and he'll run a little wild on some of these players that aren't quite as experienced tacklers.
Yeah, we finish up the thought of this being a realignment year. So this is year 2 of a 2-year alignment, and your classification is based off your enrollment of boys in grades 9, 10, 11. It's a 3-year collection. 2 years ago when they did the count, our grades 9, 10, and 11, pushed us into 11A. That's just where our enrollment had us slotted. We do anticipate, nothing's firm until it's firm, but we do anticipate our fall count here, grades 9, 10, and 11, will likely put us into 11B again, but wait and see on that. And there's also a lot of chatter out there, Jeff, about reducing the number of classes of football. Some proposals that just kind of hit in the last few days is the executive director, Dan Swartos, indicated that there's desire to maybe look at a team's history and how competitive they've been, and the ability to petition down based on their lack of competitiveness would be the way to state it. I don't know this for sure. I've heard Lakota Tech is going into the All Nations conference or league. So there's going to be some changes, and that is every year when we do a reclassification. And then we'll also see those schools that are forced to co-op or choose to co-op.
And if just looking back, last year get thrust into the 11A, and wildly talented senior class and some good supporting juniors here, and we've been seeing them this season. But wow, if you just look at that 11A class, they've really have some super talented teams out there, and it's just very competitive this year. And Dells probably is the your favorite when you look at the chances to win a championship and to repeat. But boy, Canton, your Dakota Valley, your Lennox. I mean, there's some really good teams in this. This is going to be a fabulous playoff with super good teams, and I'm not convinced at this point that Dells can get by these other teams. We'll see how they've improved. Dells has a really, really deep team with 78 people on the roster, but we saw these teams come here and play. Canton was exceptional. Lennox we played with for the first half, but they got the passing game going. Dakota Valley was really impressive last week, and as well as Christian. So, boy, you get a couple of these teams on a roll. Maybe you get an injury somewhere here in this, either tonight or you get into that first round of playoffs, and it could be up for grabs. It really could be.
Yeah, 11A should be a fun playoffs. Again, that'll start next week. They'll finish tonight. They'll get the classifications or the top 8, and they'll get those pairings 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7 on down the line. Jeff, that last play, Riley Casey was flushed out of the pocket. He reverse rolled out, kind of went to his left, looked deep for his receiver, number 19, Trey Sam, the junior, out here about midfield. Ball was tossed up in the air. On coverage was number 1, Tegan Nyhog, the sophomore, 5'11", 145 pounds. And Sam and Nyhog both went up for it. Tegan was able to knock it down, but Sam does limp off the field, and he goes to the bench now.
Maybe his shoulder, the way that he's grabbing at his arm, and it was a little bit of an awkward play. The ball hung up there, gave Tegan and Nyhog a chance at it, and Sam, was going for the ball too. And I think when they came down, you hate to say it, but probably a little bit of slight dislocation or something got jammed up in that shoulder, and we might not see him come back tonight.
That is Isaac Bowden. Nice tough run up the middle for the Watchdogs. Gain of about, hard to tell on the far side, 8 or 9. So 2:14 to go here on the clock. Watchdogs lead 49-6 with 2:10 on the clock. Nice run from from Bowden on first down.
And you might be saying, boy, we still have Joe Sharp in. We still have Cooper. Like, why don't we move? If you just looked up and down our roster, that is our line. We don't really have a whole lot there to come in and do a lot of replacements with. And so it's not like we're trying to put up more points or trying to run up the score. It's just basically what a majority of our line that we have. We've got a few other players, and we'll probably see them tonight. Connor Newmeyer comes to mind. Mr. Kroger, but if you look up and down the line, you don't see a whole lot, or on our bench, you don't see numbers in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. There just isn't that many there, so we're not super deep. And if you're looking into next year, we're going to have some guys to stay healthy if we want to stay competitive.
Isaac Bode with another carry up the middle, needed 2, got 3, so 1st and 10 for the Watchdogs from their own, from the Lakota Tech 15-yard line. Oberly under center, wide receiver split out right and left. He's going to roll out and keep it himself. This is Oberly. Good block on the outside. He is wrapped up by the Lakota Tech defender, Mr. Casey.
Casey was not having any of that.
Casey shedded the defender and met Oberly square on, but nice run there from Oberly nonetheless. First down carry from Ashton. He is met at the 5-yard line, and we've talked about his fearlessness kind of throughout the year, Jeff. He has taken some big hits as a freshman quarterback, and he just hops right back up or just puts his nose right back in there again.
It's really been impressive, the poise and some big hits, a lot of sacks in some of those games from some really large guys. And he wasn't going to try to avoid that tackle. He was actually going to try to go for it, but once again, Mr. Casey said, I don't think so, not tonight. And Casey's a special player. We've seen, he's on a team. It's, looks like they'll probably go 0-9 and maybe lack of some talent out there. But boy, he is a special player, and he's the responsible for a lot of that offense, and good tackler too.
Run attempt up the middle. Ball did apparently pop free. I didn't see it, but they are resetting the chains, going from right to left now. So turnover there for the Watchdogs. So Lakota Tech 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line. 25 seconds on the clock. Watchdogs lead 49-6 before halftime here. So again, a long ways to go for Lakota Tech. See what they do here with deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Be interesting to see if Casey kind of takes, he's back in the shotgun, if he just does like a quarterback draw here.
Yeah, I think he sees that he could potentially take one of the house.
No, he's going to throw it deep out to his receiver. That is intercepted by, that's Tegan Nyhog. Didn't get the last one, got this one. So intercepted by the sophomore Tegan Nyhog. Watchdogs now take over with 19.4 on the clock. 1st and 10 from the Lakota Tech 40-yard line.
Throw might have been a little bit short, but on the same token, he stayed in great position. He looked like he was more of the receiver, and by the time that the ball was coming down, I think that Ross was more or less trying to play defense and try to come over the top and see if he could strip the ball from him. But, that was a physical mismatch. Tegan, I think, probably rolls in somewhere around, 6'3", something like that, and Ross is going to probably be a little more of the 5'10" variety. So when the ball's up high like that, Tegan did a nice job staying in his hip pocket, catching the ball high, which is really what you want to coach as a defensive player. Don't let that ball come down. Try catch it at its highest point. And really, as a receiver, if you watch the pregame on some of this stuff, let's say you've got mossed, that's the whole point of it. Try catch the ball at the highest point. Don't let the other person get an advantage, especially when you've got a height advantage. You definitely want to catch the ball at the highest point.
That last play was Fickbaum working off the left side, just kind of kept bouncing it just a little further out, just kind of kept reading what the blocks were giving him. And the defense there for Lakota Tech really just strung that one out far side the field. They had a lot of green space to work with, just kind of kept bumping him out. And that does take us to the end of the first half here, Jeff. Watchdogs 49, Lakota Tech 6. We're going to go to our commercial break here at halftime. We'll be back with more Watchdogs football here on Watchdogs.live after the break.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. Are you looking for a professional house painter in the surrounding area? Big or small, new or old, Albers Painting specializes in restoring the true beauty of your home or business. Albers Painting is your professional commercial painter in Lenox in southeastern South Dakota. They are locally owned and operated, focusing on providing quality painting and top-notch customer service. For your next project, contact Albers Painting for a free estimate for your home or business.
It's known as a hidden gem, one of the best 9-hole golf courses in South Dakota. The Bridges at Beersford Golf Course is top-notch, but with the golf season coming to an end, the Bridges still has plenty going on. Their event center can accommodate weddings, anniversaries, bridal showers, baby showers, or meetings. Save their phone number, check out their website, and be sure to sign up for their monthly e-newsletters to stay up to date on specials and events at the Bridges at Beersford.
Everyone at Total Stop are big sports fans. And they want to wish the very best to the participating teams and their loyal fans. Don't forget to stop at your local Total Stop for your gas and grocery needs. Plus, get Total Stop rewards by downloading the app. To get more information, go to TotalStopFoodStore.com.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Beersford Telephone is your full-service local telephone company, providing telephone service, sales, high-speed fiber optic internet packages, and professional surveillance systems for both commercial and residential customers. Beersford Telephone also offers the only in-town gig-certified internet provider, which offers the highest speed services. Wanting to upgrade your existing service? Contact Beersford Telephone today and let them get started on your high-speed services in no time.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Ag Service Partners is your trusted company for Pioneer seed, chemicals, and crop insurance. Pioneer Seeds has developed and tested products to meet your challenges in the field. Ag Service Partners also has you covered when the white rain comes or anything else you may need with crop insurance. Tested and tried chemicals right here in the area to provide the best yield for your field. Write down the number and contact Ag Service Partners for the best farming season year in and year out.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Fiesta Foods in Beersford is a family-owned store that offers a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from the everyday essentials to specialty items from around the world. Find their weekly ad on their website. Fiesta Foods also has the best selection of cut meats in their deli department, fresh bakery, and fresh produce. And no matter the season or holiday, Fiesta Foods has it all right there in store. Open 7 days a week. Fiesta Foods is your one-stop store right in the hometown of Beersford.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life, with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, you can be confident you're getting the best. You can buy in store or order what you need online for curbside pickup or delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace at participating stores.
Find Benjamin Moore paint and other great products at your locally owned Olson's Ace Hardware in Beersford.
Customer service is more than just a word. It's what Jensen Insurance Agency and Auto Owners Insurance does every day.
We have more companies than most agencies in town. We're able to find a competitive market for each family. We're able to farm that out, quote it with each of our carriers, including auto owners insurance, of course, and see where it best fits.
In Sioux Falls, Beersford, and Elk Point, go to JensenAgencyOnline.com to find out more. Jensen Insurance Agency, building relationships since 1944.
Sheer Magnolia Salon and Beauty Bar offers you normal services but more. We offer haircuts for men, women, and children. Aaron and Kayla are the two stylists. They don't have specific hours but will stay open late to accommodate families that are always on the go. Their services include full body waxing, mani-pedis, coloring, spray tanning, and more. They are your #1 choice for all things beauty. Located in Beersford, South Dakota. Call 605-763-2011 for your appointment.
Classics Lounge in downtown Beersford is your destination for fun with darts, pool, and to catch all the action no matter what game it is. The colder season is here. Keep your perfect golf swing by using the indoor golf simulator. From the gridiron to the court, Classics is your spot to catch all activities of Watchdogs Live. Ready to cool off with a cold one? Classics Lounge is always ready to serve them up with a bite to eat too. That's Classics Lounge in downtown Beersford.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
The foundation for how we do business is right in our initials, W-E. We. Everything we do is a partnership. We understand solving the many complex challenges growers face every day takes teamwork. And when we succeed, we do it together. That's the power of we.
Even empty backfield out of the gun. Setting in the pocket. Firing for the end zone. Williams, touchdown! What a throw and what a catch!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. Are you looking for a professional house painter in the surrounding area? Big or small, new or old, Albers Painting specializes in restoring the true beauty of your home or business. Albers Painting is your professional commercial painter in Lenox in southeastern South Dakota. They are locally owned and operated, focusing on providing quality painting and top-notch customer service. For your next project, contact Albers Painting for a free estimate for your home or business.
It's known as a hidden gem, one of the best 9-hole golf courses in South Dakota. The Bridges at Beersford Golf Course is top-notch, but with the golf season coming to an end, the Bridges still has plenty going on. Their event center can accommodate weddings, anniversaries, bridal showers, baby showers, or meetings. Save their phone number, check out their website, and be sure to sign up for their monthly e-newsletters to stay up to date on specials and events at the Bridges at Beersford.
Everyone at Total Stop are big sports fans. And they want to wish the very best to the participating teams and their loyal fans. Don't forget to stop at your local Total Stop for your gas and grocery needs. Plus, get Total Stop rewards by downloading the app. To get more information, go to TotalStopFoodStore.com.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
All right, fans, welcome back to Beersford High School, Cortland Carnes Stadium for second half action of this 11A football matchup between Lakota Tech Tatanka and your home Beersford Watchdogs. On the call tonight, Jared Olson and Jeff Boom. So, Jeff, kind of, first half and kind of thoughts into the second half here.
Super explosive offense tonight with Beersford. They ran the ball extremely well. As we talked about before, whoever owns the line of scrimmage is the team that's going to win, and we've just been more efficient with the ground game, and the blocks have been there, hard running. And so, you look at it for the second half, we're going to see some fresh faces, as we go through this. We're going to see some of what the future of Beersford football will look like next year. And for Lakota Tech, right now we've seen some kids get hurt. We're praying that they, it's nothing serious, and we're hoping that we can still see some competitive football here the second half. And in the huddle, looked like they were talking about maybe some changes there, and it looks like they're making some adjustments, trying to put some points on the board and maybe try to slow us up a little bit. If we go into the second half with more of the JV offense look, as it looks like we've begun to do, I don't expect us to light the scoreboard up as we did the first half. So hopefully we get a full half of football. We'll probably see a continuous clock. But it's interesting and fun to kind of watch some of the kids that you don't see get grass stains on their uniforms in the earlier part of the year.
Jeff, if we kind of summarize the year to this point, you and I were talking about it off air at halftime here. You go back to some of those games that, we played really hard in the first half and we're right there, and maybe the final score didn't represent, the true picture of the story, or at least maybe the first quarter or first half. It's a football squad that never has given up all year long. They've just kept grinding, and we had a couple rough ones there, but really, there's just a lot of games they played really hard and were in, and just didn't have the stamina to make it through an entire 4 quarters. But
yeah, and sometimes you're not deep enough in one position that some of these other teams have been, just because of the roster size. And so they don't want an excuse. I don't like coming up with excuses either. Either you have excuses or you have results, but you can't have both. And so they knew where they were as we ended the last part of the season. And in that last game, the emotions really came out with the seniors after the game. They knew what was at stake with that game, to have a potential, maybe with a little help, to still get into the playoffs. And once that was taken away, you've seen the response. And so what I really think about this entire season, forget the record, forget all that other stuff. It's the character. Regardless of what the record is, each one of these players have learned something about themselves and their teammates, and that's what makes this game so beautiful.
All right, Watchdogs did get the ball to start the game, so second half, it is Lakota Tech's ball, and that kickoff did go deeper, so Lakota Tech had a little different return formation there. Adjustment they've made at halftime, Jeff. And that return man was number 23, Hans Fuller, the senior. He's brought down right about their own 22-yard line, so Lakota Tech will take over 1st and 10 from their own 22. Again, Watchdogs 49, Lakota Tech 6. 7 seconds into the third quarter here.
So surprisingly, starters are back out in the field. So there must be some sort of a goal or plan on how to have them come off the field. Maybe some acknowledgement with that. So we'll see what they have up their sleeves. I know right now they feel like they've got the game at hand. But maybe looking for one more defensive stand here before they start to pull some players out again.
Casey back for a pass. Maybe it was a quarterback draw, but he is grabbed by Cohen Shirk, so that is a sack for Shirk. Loss of about 6 or 7 on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 16 for the Tatanka.
And I'm going to guess probably at halftime they had a conversation. What's that going to look like for the seniors? It is the last game. Doggone it, you want to stay out on the field, but you also realize that you have another team on their heels, and at some point here, just for sportsmanship, you have to make some decisions here, and we just haven't been in that position a whole lot this year. Flandreau, we had shut them out, and that was kind of, I think, a goal when we went into that second half, is like, we're going to keep the starters out, we're going to try to put a team away, and really at 28-0, you never want to make an assumption. Bad snap, couple weird special teams plays, and all of a sudden a team's back in it, and all of a sudden you kind of lose your nerve and you find out that, hey, that's a game that we lost. You see it all the time. Colorado, great example last week, way up on a team, thought they had it in the bag. Next thing you know, you're down and you lose to a team that you definitely should have beat. And so right now, at 49-6, I don't think there's a whole lot of concern on the sideline, but on the same token, maybe you're just going to say, let's just make sure this game is at hand before we start to do mass substitution again.
Pass there. Ball did get free. It did come loose, so I believe that is a completed pass and then a fumble, and that is what the official on the far side did indicate. So Casey did connect with his pass to Jarek Thompson. Defenders did knock the ball free. I didn't see who was the actual person who recovered the fumble. But Watchdogs 1st and 10 from the Lakota Tech 25-yard line, 9:58. Clock is ticking here in the second half, Jeff, because the spread is beyond 35.
Yep, starters come off. Junior, more of your junior varsity. I don't like to use that term all the time because they're all part of the team. But the second string team is more or less out there right now.
Oberle does hand that off in the inside. Ball carrier does get a couple yards before being gobbled up by the Lakota Tech defensive line.
It was kind of funny when you see this now. You see Oberle out there, and you're like, oh, there he is. And you're like, hey, that's our quarterback.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, as we talked about him before, tons of poise. He's taking the big hits. He's not afraid to run the football and just kind of a fearless competitor. And that's really exciting, I think, for the upcoming years to realize that we've established who the quarterback will be. The unfortunate side of it for some of the players that coming up that maybe have been in that position, and we won't go into names, but there are some positions. So how do you navigate your way through the next years if this is your quarterback for the next 3 years after this year? What do you do for your backup plan? And I think of some of these kids here. There is a quarterback that's got some talent at 7th grade, and do you kind of prime him up and then maybe as his junior year take over? Hard to tell. It's far enough down the future, but it is something to consider, because if something were to happen to Oberly next year, what's our backup plan?
Touchdown run here. That is who do we have over there? Was that
I think that was Jax Fickbaum.
That is Fickbaum. Okay, I couldn't catch his number as he kind of ran through there. So Fickbaum with a touchdown.
Another unique player on the team with a touchdown. I think Watkins got 2 in that first half.
Yeah, Jax Fickbaum, the junior, 5'8", 145 pounds. Peyton Hoffman for another extra point attempt.
They got him to jump again. So I'm going to plead ignorance here, Jared. What is this? What does the rule look like? We are at potentially here 56. We'll assume that Peyton's able to put one through, as he's been very consistent tonight. At 50 points, is there any type of special rules now that we need to consider that might end this game early?
I believe it's 50 that in the second half, but I do not know all the rule changes in the current rules.
So looks like that's a wrap. Maybe not.
Yeah, it looks like the coaches did take some of their headsets off anyways. Coach Lickness is down on the sideline, and the teams are going out to slap hands and congratulate each other. So that is the final here in Beersford with 8:21 on the clock in the third quarter. Beersford 56, Lakota Tech 6. And that will wrap things up for the game tonight here, Jeff, and the season. Big thank you, Jeff. You volunteered a lot of hours getting prepped and being ready and coming on here and helping us as part of Watchdogs Live on the football broadcast. So thank you so much for joining us this year.
It's been a tremendous privilege for me to come up. This is a game that I absolutely love. I was fortunate enough as a player to get more time than high school and then even beyond college. And I'm just super passionate about the sport. I'm super passionate about Beersford Watchdogs, and this has just been an absolute blast. I love being up here in the box with you, Jared and Renee. It's been fast. It's gone by. It's been going by so quick. And unfortunately tonight we didn't get a full game and get a chance to do this a little bit longer. But hopefully next year you guys will have me back. I'd love to do this a little longer.
All right, fans, we appreciate you tuning in. Watchdogs.live, the place to find all of your Watchdog varsity athletic games free of charge, thanks to our sponsors. So a big thank you to all those people. All right, we're signing off here to our crew. Thank you for everything you do. Renee, take us out.